Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Robertson. Good morning, everybody. Excuse me, let me just do that. How are we all? Good morning. Sky Elise. Right, I've just got to sort out this screen because it's got a bit weird. Hang on one second. No, don't want that. Default view. That's better. Morning, Sky Elise. Morning, Michelle Main, Dawn Claricoats, Fiona Cromack, Della, Acantha Rain Oak Moon, Gemma Carpenter, Rebecca W, Bethan Williams, Debbie Learmouth, Jenny Matthews, May Boo, Emma Atkins, Gabrielle. Hello, good morning, one and all. How are we all? It's coffee moaning time, and let's have a moment. Did you enjoy our 6 o'clock wine? I thought that was kind of fun, wasn't it? Me and Nadia kind of kicking. Well, she got very, very impassioned, didn't she? I've not seen her quite like that before. How am I? That's a good question. And on so many levels, we've said so many times before, just say fine. I'm okay. I'm at the start of the third week of the meds, so they've all doubled in dosage. Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about it, as I say, but I'm just getting to grips with whether I'm over-expecting from, because the thing about a sort of bipolar thing is you have natural highs and natural lows, or, well, unnatural highs and unnatural lows. Just because you have bipolar, it was interesting talking to people about it, it doesn't mean you don't have those middle periods too. So the jury's out as to whether the drugs are working or whether I'm just in one of those sort of normal-ish sort of periods. If I'm honest, I feel a bit more manic at the moment than I have done in a while. But at least I don't feel that sort of immobilised as I have done, or I did do when I was looking at my diary. It's funny, you look at my Fitbit and you see all of my stats go down onto a plateau of nothing almost at the point that I just hit the pay dirt. But thank you, Nicola S. Oh, Michelle, thank you, my darling. Looking forward to seeing you, sweetie. Michelle, who is just a dear friend, a dear friend, shown generosity of spirit, purpose, and kindness like no other. So there you go. Yeah, so it's a funny one, isn't it? I suppose introspection and looking inwards, it's about doing it the right amount, but then it's also about just getting on and not doing it too much. If I go there too much, I probably wouldn't be able to sit here and gibber nonsense for half an hour. But there we go. Tina Levitt. Hello, Tina Levitt. Thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you. So here we are. So yeah, no, I thought last night was good. It's another way of allowing us to do all the other things that we need to do during the day, whether it be other projects, work, teaching the kids, all that kind of malarkey. So it was kind of handy to do a 6 o'clock. Michelle Main, yeah, that usually happens with bipolar. That happened with me when I went on meds for it. Keep with it. Yeah, I mean, I keep hearing it's going to take 6 weeks before the full effect. But then, of course, what's the full effect? Is the full effect going to happen on sort of day 1 of week 7, where you go, whoo, Jesus Christ, like someone slapped you with a kipper? Do you meditate, Acantha Rain? No, Nadia is constantly urging me to, and where she, I try not to be resistant to it, but I still struggle with this idea that is it time well spent meditating? Not entirely sure. So morning, Penny Shrimpton, Anne Comer, Hazel Caldera, missed the kit at 6 o'clock. Gabrielle, I felt like I needed to vent when the government make illogical decisions. It's hard to understand. I agree. Kate McCarthy, thank you very much. Reem AW, good morning. Good morning. It's hard to. I was just listening to LBC. I was just out running errands, and it's hard to avoid this rather horrible combination of 2 words called Delta Plus. Has anyone else heard about this Delta Plus variant? At first, you'd be forgiven for thinking Delta Plus was a streaming service like Disney Plus or Apple TV Plus or something like that. But yeah, it's Delta Plus. This is something that's being reported in India, which is a variant of the variant. It has been picked up in various other countries. I think the UK is one of them. And And it's essentially a more transmissible version of Delta. I mean, it doesn't require an immense amount of cleverness to work that one out. It does sound like a new iPhone, doesn't it, Reece Roberts? Delta Plus, oh yeah, can I upgrade to the Delta Plus? So Delta Plus, I'm just going to flick over, I might have to flick over to 4G. Is it buffering a bit? I don't know if this is, can you tell me if it's buffering? It looks like I'm buffering on my screen, but it could be my computer isn't. You'll find my end. Okay, no, it's okay. Okay, good. Okay, it's just obviously the signal to my laptop. So yeah, Delta Plus. Oh God, you know, you sort of feel, oh God, Delta Plus variant found across India. A variant of the highly infectious Delta strain has spread to 3 Indian states. It has been picked up in the UK and a few other countries. But at this stage, it is a variant of, I think it's about to become a variant of concern. Hi Lee J, hope you're well. It's nice that you've caught this live. Hi Martin Smith. So we're back in that territory, aren't we, of thinking, is there another variant that we need to worry about? We're about to let all the UEFA Euro people come in. We're about to potentially loosen flights. I mean, and I understand why. You know, the air and nautical industry, the tourist industry, they're desperate. They're chomping at the bit for clarity. I think it's been an absolute mess, the messaging to both travellers and travel firms. But that said, you know, that doesn't mean you, just because it's been a mess, it doesn't mean you say, yeah, let's all unlock at the point that we hear of yet another variant of a variant. And it's interesting because, not that I'm a particular fan of James O'Brien, he drives me nuts. I was listening to Nick Ferrari and then James O'Brien on LBC whilst I was out. And like James O'Brien says, there's a distinct sense that, yes, we're all hungry to free up and get out and start changing and living life again. But just because we want to do it doesn't necessarily mean it's the right thing to do now. And just because we all want Freedom Day doesn't mean it's necessarily the right thing to do if there is this Delta variant. Now, of course, we can't go on living like this forever, but I think we're going to have to accept that whenever something like this pops up, a new variant pops up, we have to stop, check, allow a little bit of time for us to sort of settle into what it's doing, because this is going to mutate continuously. And I suppose the depressing prospect of that is it just going to keep mutating in a negative way? I mean, is there I wish someone would tell us, is there the possibility that variants can develop and mutate towards a softer landing so that they become less transmissible, or if not less transmissible, more transmissible, but less dangerous? Do you know what I mean? Hi, Dragon Rose. Morning, Mark. I'm late to the party as usual. Had a few shit days, anxiety high. Spent yesterday in tears. Evil to live with at the moment. Oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry. Can we all send a hug to Dragon Rose? That's. I've been there. I've been there recently. I can find myself there really quickly. That's the weird thing about this thing. It's like you're cut off at the knees. It's like your hamstrings go. It's just terrible. So hugs there to Dragon Rose, please. A temporary shutting the border has been avoided. Why? You just don't, you know. My worry is, are we going to go through a similar thing where we hear about Delta Plus, everyone blithe or in power goes, not really wanting to hear about this, not really wanting to, and then 4 weeks down the line, as we approach July 19th, they say, well, actually, Delta Plus is a problem. I mean, I know a lot of conspiracy theorists have said this is their plan, this is the roadmap, they want to keep us all controlled. Why? Why would they want to? Why would they want to when they know that they run the risk of civil unrest and just pushing people into more and more sort of mental health crises and poverty and all this kind of stuff? So, right, there we go. So Gabrielle, although it's more transmissible, it might not cause more severe disease. Exactly. So, you know, when we hear about these things, we have to take stock, we have to pause, but at the same time, we also have to pay attention to it. I think just because we're tired of it all, we also have to pay attention to it. Chris Gullick, yes, eventually they mutate to be less dangerous because ultimately the virus wants to survive and can't if the host dies. That's a really good point, Chris. That's a really good point. Presumably that's how the flu virus has sort of shifted and changed. I mean, the other thing to bear in mind about the flu variant, the flu, is that despite a vaccine, or despite having a jab every year, In our worst years, you still get 50 to 60,000 people dying. So the efficacy of that jab isn't necessarily always very good, is it? So I agree, Chris Gullick. Let's hope it does start to minimise and start to mutate towards a less sinister end. So Delta Plus, you're going to hear a lot about Delta Plus. So can I ask you, thanks Tally123, we like doing showbiz. I love being totally disorientated by what the hell's going on and who we're talking about. And Nadia gets really sort of fired up. It's fun. They're fun. Just isn't an awful lot of showbiz knocking about at the moment. So that's Delta Plus. Delta Plus is out there. We don't know much about it, but you're going to probably hear things about it. And it'll be interesting to see how the government folds that into their roadmap. Kerry Slaven, really good point. The WHO Special Envoy was very clear today on his belief that masks and distancing is here to stay because of the variants. And yet, at the same time, we have government ministers here saying face masks and social distancing are going to go. Which will it be? Which do you prefer? So do you want face masks, say stay or go? If you want face masks to stay or go. Stay or go. Stay, Mrs. PD, go, stay. Avril McClure, sorry, Erin Bullimore, stay. Angie Thompson, stay. Go, Emma Staple, Jilly, go. Rachel Marsh, go. Wendy Keast, go, stay. Oh, Michelle Joseph, Hazel Cadero, go. Holly Rocker, go. I'd have said it was more stays to begin with, but there are more goes coming in now. Not too fussed about the mask. Stay. Do we think... Okay, here's another question. Do you think the mask thing has been... Do you remember right at the beginning? I mean, Nadia was banging on about it more than anyone I know, saying, why aren't we wearing masks? Do you think masks have helped in this crisis or not? Say yes or no if you think masks have helped or not. This is caffeine-free, by the way. It does taste identical. Yes, no, my mask is filthy. Good ship lollipop. Yes, no, really don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess they must have done in some small way, eh? Rachel Marsh, no. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm not entirely convinced. I mean, we do it, but I'm not entirely convinced. And I will carry on doing it. I mean, I think it's been... Okay, here's another question. Do you think, regardless of whether you think we should wear them, shouldn't wear them, whether they've been effective or not effective, do you think when all the chips are on the table and life is essentially back to normal, do you think you will carry on wearing a mask regardless? I mean, I think I may well end up wearing one anyway when I go into a shop. Yes or no? I like these yes or no's. Gabriella will still wear my face mask on a train or in confined spaces, even when I double jabbed. I haven't had a cold in 18 months, so it must be doing something. Good point, Fiona Reid, actually. Good point. Not had a cold, so must have worked. Jenny Cox, yeah, fair few of you saying that. I have to confess, I'm not looking forward to getting sore. Makes you realise how germ-ridden we are, doesn't it? Makes you realise how much we just inhale the globules of other people when they sneeze or put their hand on a banister when they rub their nose. I mean, God almighty. You start to analyse it and you just go, none of the family seem to have had any of the usual winter viruses this year. Sarah Fox, kind of nice. I mean, I know everyone says, holistic people, Nadia often says this a lot, well, we need to lick the earth because we need to build our antibodies. You know what? I'd rather not have a cough this year, actually. Sorry, call me old-fashioned. I'd rather not have one of those really irritating coughs where you have to have strepsils when you go to bed and then they stick to the roof of your mouth and then when you wake up, you've got to cut down the centre of your mouth. Do you know what I mean? Why would we want that? Just for the sake of saying my antibodies are really strong. I don't know. I think it's really nice not having a lovely picture mark. Reese Roberts, think about when you sneeze. Wearing a mask, you can sneeze, but at least you're covered as opposed to when you sneeze just out in the open. Yeah. And then, of course, people sneeze into the hand and then they hold the handle thingy pole on a bus. Ugh. Did I watch the football? I did. I'm trying to use the football as a process of mindfulness. It was all right, wasn't it? I mean, we won. England won, which was great. Strepsil nostalgia, absolutely. Yeah, we should do cough sweet nostalgia. That's a good one. Yeah. Well, actually, I'll tell you what I'd like you to think about. What's your favourite Channel 4 programme? As we're about to talk about the fact that Channel 4 is up for sale. Channel 4 is up for sale. Or it could be up for sale. So, what do you think of that? Public service broadcaster, started in the 80s, had that wonderful logo with a 4 that just kind of went, Countdown. That is a Channel 4 classic. Countdown. Used to be Big Brother, Gogglebox, Big Breakfast. That was my favourite. That was my favourite, absolutely. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, germs. Who's missing getting colds, coughs, runny noses? I'm not. Brooks. Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. Hold them all back. Hold them all back. Yeah, Kerry J. Williams. Good idea, Mark. I'll tell my therapist to use football. It has mindfulness. There is mindfulness in it. Just watching a ball kicked around for no real purpose. I mean, one of the reasons I went off football in the end was I felt this emptiness at the end of a match. Like, especially because you've only watched it. It was a really profound emptiness of what was the point of that? Even when Tottenham won, which was infrequent when I was a fan. What was the point of that? Didn't make you think like a film does. Didn't make you think like a TV show does. And now I just found myself just watching less and less. And now I do it just as a kind of, like last night, it allowed me to zone out. Okay, look, come on, I can tell you want to talk about Channel 4. Channel 4, what's your favourite Channel 4 show? So a couple of people said Brookside. Bloody hell, I forgot that was a Channel 4 show. Channel 4 up for sale. Channel 4 up for sale. What the hell's going to happen? What's going to happen when someone buys Channel 4 and turns it into some terrible, I don't know, something like Channel 5 or something? What's going to happen? Brookside, that was good. Countdown. Was that show number 73? Does anyone remember that? Number 73? Wasn't that the one with... oh, hang on a minute. What's going on here? The one with... my computer's gone a bit funny. What's going on here? Stop it. Stop it. Is it still broadcasting? Are we still there? Are we still with you? I think so. Oh, hang on. That's it. It's revising. So I can't see your comments. Your comments have all disappeared. Oh, my God. I mean, Jesus. YouTube, come on. I'm beginning to think this is YouTube because notifications aren't happening. It's all terrible. All your comments have gone. Sorry, guys. Let me put you on 4G in case it is. Hello. Ah, there you go. You're all flying through now. So thousands. Sorry, I didn't see any there. Yeah, I was there, but Handmaid's Tale. Was that originally a Channel 4 show? Was that an HBO? Dogging Tales last night on Channel 4. That's nice. That would have been a nice sort of sentimental, warm watch, wouldn't it? That would have been a warm watch. Channel 4 best shows was Utopia and Humans. This deal makes me picture Channel 4 news presenter Jon Snow just waiting to be bought. Jon Snow ain't going to be happy about that. Channel 4 News, one of the few news stations that actually challenges things. Gogglebox, Big Brother, 24 Hours of Police. I mean, they've had lots of good shows. Do you remember number 73? Number 73 was great. Desmond's. Was that Channel 4, Tim? I love Desmond's. That was such a great... I like Desmond's because I so related to the hairdressers because I used to hang out so often in West Indian hairdressers around Portobello Market. Number 73 was Sandy Toksvig, and she also had the woman on the... the woman on the roller skates? Her name escapes me. Andrea Arnold, I think. She's now one of our leading directors. 4 in a Bed, Come Dine With Me. Absolutely. Some classics. I'm trying to think, was Father Ted Channel 4? I think Father Ted might have been Channel 4. Escape to the Chateau, that was a goodie, yeah. 15 to 1 with, what was his name? I forget what his name was. Shameless, Skins, This Is England. Malcolm in the Middle, I think that was originally an American one, but you're right, they kind of seconded it. And they used to play Frasier, didn't they? Was it Frasier in the mornings? Grand Designs. With old what's-his-face, always being a bit of a misery grump. William G. Stewart with William G. Stewart. Claire Reid, don't mention Naked Attraction. You see, I think things like Naked Attraction and Embarrassing Illnesses, those are the kind of things that I think have dragged Channel 4 slightly towards a bit of a joke. Deutschland 83, Coach Trip. Do you remember Coach Trip? The Green Wing, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. Cheers, was Cheers on Channel 4, was it? Can't remember. It was Cheers on Channel 4. Matthew Godwin, Jenny Matthews, Soap. Was that Channel 4? Soap. Oh my God, that's so cool. Paul O'Grady. I'm trying to think what, is that Nanny? No, it's not Nanny Di. I will never understand how Naked Attraction got the green light to be broadcast. I know. Brass Eye, Black Books. No, Hill Street Blues wasn't Channel 4, was it? I remember it when it launched. I remember it sort of going off air. I remember it being very exciting. Everybody Loves Raymond. Yeah, so they imported all the kind of more alternative kind of American comedies, didn't they? Euro Trash, Chris Gulick. With Anton Do Whatever, with Jean-Paul Gaultier. Do you remember that? I have to confess, as a teenager, that was where you used to go to just watch a bit of naughtiness, wasn't it? The Word. Oh my God, that was an absolute mess on a Friday, wasn't it? That was like going down the pub and someone in the pub had a broadcast camera and just started pointing at things. I seem to remember someone getting in a washing machine and washing themselves, something like that. The Simpsons, yeah, Me Too, yeah. So what do you think? Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing that Channel 4 is being sold? Will it not change anything? See, the thing I worry about is that because it's a public service broadcaster, when it makes profit as a channel, it has to fold that money back into programming. And it's just recently taken on a massive commitment to the regions, therefore it's going to make regional sort of commitments to production companies and what have you all across the country. Whereas if it goes private, there is a slight worry that it will only be interested in commercial gain, just like ITV and Channel 5, which is fine if that's what you are. But I think there's an importance to have a public service broadcaster. Though I can't work out what's public service about Naked Attraction. Of course, you can't forget the fact that Bake Off is there now, eh? Bake Off. So there you go. What other news have we got? There's not an awful lot of news knocking about, actually, which is quite nice. That's right. This is the minister who said social distancing and masks are here to stay. Every day there's another minister coming out and contradicting everyone else, isn't there? It's infuriating. It's like, get your one message going. Crystal Mays, Erin. Yes, Crystal Mays was fought by yard. Oh my God, do you remember that? Leslie S., you've seen The Father. I've seen The Father. We are going to be reviewing it. It's a very, very, very tough watch. Very tough watch. Well, look, guys, I've got to go. It's got to be a shorter than usual one today. I hope you have a lovely day. There may be something landing on the channel later. We're busy with other bits and bobs today, but I've got to go. And have a very safe day. If you missed last night's little tete-a-tete between me and Nat in the 6 o'clock wine, head along and see that. And of course, there's things like Green Figured Hell, and there's going to be lots of vlogs. And what's going to be happening in the next several days is lots of vlogs are going to be landing that can get us to catch up with where we are now, so that we have a bit more of a present day vlog, if not present day, certainly within the last 2 or 3 days. So yeah, stay safe, have a lovely day. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't, if you've enjoyed having a little bit of a chin wag. And see you later, alligator.